Good morning, my dear students. I'm Miss Tania Poveda, and this is Entrepreneurship 1. Today, we have a special review about financial definitions. It's very important that we remember all of them so I can continue talking about this. In case you don't remember all of them, I'm going to start in order, all right? Okay. This is the first one we studied, expenses. So what are expenses? Remember that it's money that has been paid or will be paid for cost. What happened with this cost? They have been incurred to earn revenue. All right? So expenses is money that you pay or you're going to pay for costs that are going to help you to earn revenue. They are going to help you to make money. Examples: salaries and wages, utilities, supplies, advertising, and others. All right? In the original presentation, we watched a video about the definition of expenses. The link is here one more time. So you're going to receive this PowerPoint presentation in your emails. You can click here and you can watch it one more time. One of the biggest questions is what's the difference between cost and expenses? We also studied this before, and we start with the basics on the meaning. Cost, investments, expenditure made for purchasing. This is like the key word here. Purchasing assets or property. So you buy assets and property. In the case of expenses, it's regular expenses or regular money that you pay for maintaining. All right? So that's the first difference between cost and expenses. We already studied this. This is just a review. I'm not going to stay long time here. In the financial statement, cost is a balance sheet item. This is a balance sheet item, but the expenses is an income statement. Income statement item. All right. So this is a balance sheet item, and this is an income statement item. All right. When talking about profits, costs does not directly affect profit. Does not directly affect profit. Expenses directly affect profit. Motive. One more time, we have the word purchase here. Purchase or addition of an asset. Expenses, payment necessary to generate revenue from these purchases. Impact on capital structure. What about that? It does impact capital structure. It does impact capital structure. But expenses, no impact. All right. What about liquidity ratio? The last class, we were talking a little bit more about liquidity. Remember that it's the money that you have right away. So in that case, cost, if current assets impact liquidity ratio, impact, expenses, no impact, liquidity ratio. You see, those are very big differences between costs and expenses. Example, cost can be fixed assets, prepaid rent, inventory. Expenses, raw material, depreciation, we're going to study about this soon, labor cost. All right, if you want to read more about this, you have the link right here on the bottom. You can click here and read more about the differences between costs and expenses. This is the link where I get the information from. So check it and you can read, you can watch the videos, all the information that is here, it's going to be useful for you. All right, so that was the review about expenses and also cost in this case. Now let's continue with other important definition, investment. This is one of my favorite parts actually, because investment is going to help you grow. It's going to help you to make more money. Investment can be defined as the sacrification of funds at present for the expectation that it will yield higher return in the future. So you sacrifice something now to get something in the future. Like right now you're sacrificing your time, your internet, your energy because you're studying a lot, you're doing big efforts to do your homework and focus on what you're doing. And right now sounds like something stressful and like a big sacrifice, but actually you're investing on yourself to receive something in the future, to be a professional, to learn, to be someone good in the future. That's in the case as a person, all right? But we're talking about financial definitions. So investment spending, an attempt to stimulate production, I like this, stimulate production by means is other way to say ways, by means of capital goods that are either created or acquired. All right? So you invest to produce. That's it. You can invest money, you can invest on time, you can invest on energy. Like I told you before, you invest your energy, you put all your thoughts, your work on this, right? So when you invest your money, you invest your time, you invest your energy, why do you do that or what for? To get something, a benefit in the future, for a future benefit, as you can see here in this picture. In the whole presentation, this is my favorite picture, actually. It's very, very clear. Because sometimes we think that investment is only money. That's it, but no. It can be also time and energy. It can be knowledge. You can invest on knowledge, for example, things you cannot touch, but that are very important to get something in the future. Well, here, one more time, we have the link. If you want to watch this video, if you remember her, we watched this video about other explanation about investment. So here you can click and watch the definition one more time. This is other way to explain investment. So we have some money, we buy assets. We hold assets for long term. Long term is more than a year. Then assets will start yielding returns. They can be regular income like interest or capital appreciation like price growth. So this is the investment process. Like everything, it has a beginning and a process and the end. That's it. You have money, you buy something, in this case, assets, you use those assets to produce, then you get a return in regular income or capital appreciation. Remember that capital is not only money. It can be a building, it can be a house, it can be cars, trucks, inventory, things like that, all right? Good. Types of investments. We have bonds, equity stock, mutual funds, real estate, or commodities. I remember that I talked about this a few weeks ago, and I asked you to do a homework to talk to your parents. How would they like to invest their money if they have the opportunity, right? I was reading some of your homework, and some of the students text me about that, and I really enjoy your answers. It's very, very important we recognize that your parents have dreams, and that's something we must respect and help them. Because now that you know a little bit better about how to handle money, you can even give advices to your parents, probably to tell your parents, hey, why don't you invest maybe on this kind of business, or maybe in real estate or commodities or things like that, right? So congratulations for that homework. They were really, really good. I enjoy them. I like them a lot. And go for it. Good luck with that. All right? Well, about investments, as everything in life, we have good things and not too good things, right? We have good and bad things, advantages and disadvantages. I go for the advantages. They are bigger or more important than the disadvantages. When we talk about investments, remember, if you don't risk, you don't win. That's it. That's it. So you want to win, you need risk. You need to risk, to take a risk. Some of the advantages when you invest is that little correlation with traditional investment instruments. Higher return than of traditional investment instruments, wide range of investments, accessible emotional satisfaction in some cases. So, of course, everything positive. They are advantages. And disadvantages that require some funds, so money, and knowledge. You need to understand what you're talking about so you can invest wisely. Difficult to determine the current market price. Yeah, it's hard to know this because you have to be like, they change every day, so you have to be really, really well informed and updated. It's not a periodic income, so it's not like you receive your salary at the end of the month and that's it. No, it depends. It's moving. Sometimes you receive more, sometimes you receive less, sometimes you don't receive anything, sometimes you receive a lot. Alternative markets are less informative than those of traditional tools. So if you are interested in investment, don't hesitate to ask someone who knows better. Talk to professionals on this, talk to your parents, talk to your teachers, get information and take the right decision. My advice for you, not only for this class, but for life, take the risk. Do it, but do it wisely. Think about that. It's not just because. Think twice. Think, think, think a lot, and then take the risk. Good, so that was the end of investment. Now, you probably remember this picture. If you don't remember, you probably remember this. Do you remember what they represented? This one, beautiful basket full of eggs. Now, basket with some broken eggs. Or maybe this picture. Okay, so those pictures represent diversification, which is not other thing that put your money in this case or your investments not in the same basket. So you don't do this, because if you do this, you put all your money, all your hopes, your dreams and plans and investment and resources here, and something bad happen, you're going to lose everything. So you better do something like this. You put in different baskets, all right? So in case that one basket breaks, you don't lose all the eggs. This is only the explanation, but the idea when talking about diversification is that you shouldn't put all your resources and effort, energy, and everything in only one thing. Do it in different things. There is a beautiful explanation about business diversification in this link. One more time. Remember, this video, it's only a review, so I'm not going to show the videos again. You can watch them if you want to, or you can go back to the past classes and check them. That would be great. All right, so you can go here and check. Well, coming back to business diversification, let's read this. Diversification consists of expanding the range of business activities carried out by a firm away from the present product line and market structure. So let's watch this picture here, and we have different types of investments or diversification. I want you to remember this: mutual funds, commodities, bonds, and stocks. I'm going back on the presentation, some slides back. You remember all this, and here we are. You see the connection between all of the financial definitions? Yeah, right? Everything is connected. So here we were talking about investment, only investment. And here we were talking about types of investments. And one more time, we have types of investments as examples of diversification. Okay, that's the kind of things I can't focus from one week to the other, and I need to do it now in a review so I can connect the classes and the definitions and everything, all right? That's why I like and I love doing reviews. All right, so this is diversification, expanding the range of business activities. You do not put all the eggs in one basket. You put some eggs here, you put some eggs here, some eggs here, and some eggs here. In other words, you put some money here, some money here, some money here, and finally some money here. In case you lose something, you don't lose it all. You lose less. Lose less. I like that. All right, so diversification involves search and selection of new business areas, formulation and implementation of an entry strategy. When we talk about selection of new business areas, it can be something related to the business or something different from the business. For example, let's talk about the brand Colgate. You know Colgate? Yeah, right? It's the toothpaste. When we think about Colgate, we know that Colgate has toothpaste, it has toothbrush, and also it has like floss to clean your teeth, and other products related to mouth cleaning. But also we have other type of diversification which is this one, unrelated diversification. That's why you look for new business areas as we can see here. This is the example I gave to you about Ferrari, that when we think about Ferrari, the first thing we think it's the cars, and probably you've seen, but not too many people know that they also have this perfume line. So both are Ferrari brand, but unrelated products. They are not connected. Like the only thing they have in common is the name. That's it. You use it for different things. This one is for you to smell good, and this one is for you to move from one place to the other. And that's it. Talking about this, congratulations for your homework. I really, really love them. I could see you did a wonderful job, a big effort about that. I appreciate all you did. I appreciate all the messages you sent to me asking. And let me tell you something, I learned a lot because there were some brands and names I didn't know much, and now I know thanks to you. So thank you very much for giving me that information too. Congratulations one more time for your homework. That was great, really, really great. So this is a type of diversification, unrelated. So in case, let's suppose that the car company breaks down. They don't have any money for cars. I don't think that happens to Ferrari, but let's suppose that that happens. So they have this other line of products. They don't lose the whole money. Or the opposite. Maybe the perfume is like not too good. Maybe people don't buy it, don't like it, or maybe the promotion is not too good. The thing is that they are not making good money with perfume. All right, they are not losing money here. They still have other business. So they can close this line and continue with this other line of product. All right. As everything, there are advantages and disadvantages too. And again, the advantages are that it increases flexibility, it increases profitability, so more money. It has the ability to grow quickly, better access to capital markets. It avoids anti-monopoly legislation and diversification of risk. These are the positive things or the good things when we're talking about diversification. What is not too good, what is not good, or what is negative, or the disadvantages of diversification? No synergies, no additional benefit for shareholders, no advantage over small firms, lack of management focus. All right, you probably remember all of these or the explanation from last week. So I'm going to continue with fixed capital, which is plant and machinery, buildings and land, computers and devices. That's it. That's fixed capital. Things, usually if you think on big things that you invest money in. Here you can see in the pictures like plant and machinery, building and land, computers and devices. Fixed capital, fixed capital. They are assets consumed or destroyed in production of a good or service. and can be used multiple times. Examples, property, plant, and equipment. All right. We had some differences. I'm not going to stop explaining all of them. But let's remember that on the left, we have the explanation for the difference between fixed capital, and on the right, we have working capital. But basically, fixed capital is like big things that you use to produce constantly. They're really hard to sell very fast, and you cannot make them cash immediately. But working capital is the opposite. If you need money right away, you can make it from your working capital. One more time, we have a difference on the meaning. Fixed capital is the investments done by a business, and working capital for a business on long-term benefits. Let me use this one here. Long-term benefits, and working capital is daily, right away, fast. Fixed capital is used to acquire non-current assets. Working capital is for current assets. Remember that current assets are assets that you can sell immediately and make them money very fast. They can be small things or inventory, for example. Here we are again with the word liquid. Fixed capital is not at all liquid, no cash. Working capital, very much liquid. When talking about liquid, we're talking about cash. Money that you have right away on your pocket, in your office, in the bank. When talking about conversion, fixed capital can be converted into cash or kind immediately. Working capital can be converted into cash kind immediately. All right, let me use other color to say this one is not good. So fixed capital can't, and working capital can. This is a little bit similar than liquid, right? You can see that fixed capital, not liquid, and here, not converting to cash. And about liquid, working capital is very much liquid and can be converted into cash easily. Cash. About the term, fixed capital serves the business for long period of time. Long period of time is more than a year, and working capital is for short period of time, so it is less than a year. Accounting period, other benefits for more than one accounting period, so more than a year. Accounting period is a year. So these are things that you can use for more than a year, of course, and this one less than a year, than one accounting period. Remember that every year people closed, we say closed, or we finish the accounting in December or January every year, companies. Fixed capital is strategy oriented and working capital is operational. So it's more into the operations of the business. And the consumption, fixed capital, doesn't directly get consumed by business, doesn't directly get consumed. And working capital needs working capital to operate. Business needs working capital to operate. All right, so those were the biggest differences between fixed capital and working capital. Here we have some pictures of examples. As in the beginning, we were talking about plant, machinery, land, building, devices, computers. Well, so here we have one more time this presentation. You can see our beautiful town, lots of buildings and places that you can get ideas on fixed assets. All right. So with this, I finish this brief review. Congratulations one more time for your homework. Remember something very important. Stay home. Take care. Wash your hands. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everybody.